Hello viewers and dear students, in this video I'll continue with revision for term 1. Here I will discuss about determinants, properties of determinants and solve the exercise on determinant from the student support material. First we will see what is a determinant. Every square matrix is associated with a number C which is real or complex, and this is known as the determinant of the matrix A, and it is denoted by determinant of A, or we have this symbol A. Also the determinant of a matrix, it is also expressed using the Greek symbol delta. Now moving on, now we will see what is minor of an element. In a given determinant, minor of an element Aij is the determinant obtained by deleting its ith row and jth column in which Aij lies, and the minor of this element Aij is given by Mij. And then we have next is cofactor of an element of a determinant. In a square matrix, cofactor of an element Aij denoted by Aij or Cij is defined by Aij is equal to -1 the whole raised to I plus 1 into Mij, where Mij is the minor of Aij. So this Aij or Cij, it is called the cofactor of an element of the determinant, and it is calculated using this relation. If we want to find the value of the determinant of a matrix of order 3, if we consider the matrix A equal to Aij of order 3. So we can find the determinant of A as determinant of A11, A12, A13, A21, A22, A23, A31, A32, A33. The value of this determinant can be calculated as multiplying the elements of any row with their corresponding cofactors and then adding them. So if we want to find the determinant of A, then we can find the value of the determinant as this is equal to A11 into the cofactor of this element A11, which is C11, plus A12 into the cofactor of the element A12 plus A13 into cofactor of the element A13. So this is how we can find the value of determinant of A. If we multiply the elements of any row with the corresponding cofactors of elements of any other row and then add, we will get the value as 0. Say for example, A11 C21 plus A12 C22 plus A13 C23. This is equal to 0. The value of this is equal to 0. Now, if the determinant of any matrix is 0, if this determinant is itself 0, then the matrix is called a singular matrix. Now, this is one property of determinant. This should not be confused with the value of the determinant. The value of the determinant can be calculated as taking the elements of any row and multiplying their corresponding cofactors and then adding. This will give you the value of the determinant. Now moving on, next we have adjoint of a matrix. The transpose of cofactors of a matrix of a square matrix A equal to Aij is called the adjoint matrix of matrix A, and it is denoted by adj A. So if we have a matrix of order 3 or more, then we can follow this rule. If we have a matrix of order 2, say for example, if A is equal to A11, A12, A21, A22, then we can find the adjoint of this 2 by 2 matrix A as interchanging the diagonal elements and changing the sign of the other elements. So this is how the adjoint of a 2 by 2 matrix can be calculated. Same rule is being applied here, but we can simply interchange the diagonal elements and change the sign of the other elements to get the adjoint of a 2 by 2 matrix. Now properties of adjoint of a matrix. For a given square matrix A of order n, We have A into adjoint of A is equal to adjoint of A into A is equal to determinant of A into I, where I is the identity matrix of order same as the given square matrix A. Next we have determinant of adjoint of A, it is equal to determinant of A the whole raised to n minus 1. So if A is a square matrix of order n, then determinant of adjoint of A is equal to determinant of A the whole raised to this n minus 1. Now moving on, next we have area of triangle. If we have a triangle ABC with vertices A x1 y1, B x2 y2 and C x3 y3, then we can find the area of this triangle ABC as half of determinant of x1 x2 x3 y1 y2 y3 1 1 1. Now since area is a positive quantity, we have to take the absolute value of the determinant. If area is given, then we have to use both positive and negative values of the determinant for calculation. If we have for given vertices with coordinates A x1 y1, B x2 y2 and C x3 y3, if the area of the triangle is 0, it means these 3 points A, B and C, they lie on a straight line. That is, these 3 points are collinear. So if we have this determinant equal to 0, it means A, B and C lie on a straight line. Here we have A, here we have B and here we have C. Only then the area of this triangle, it will be 0. Moving on, now we have the properties of a determinant. For any two square matrices A and B, multiplication of the determinant values is same as determinant of their products. So if we have two square matrices A and B, then determinant of AB is equal to determinant of A into determinant of B. Then we have the next property. If two square matrices A and B of order n are such that A is equal to K into B, then we have determinant of A is equal to K raised to n into determinant of B, where n is equal to 1, 2, 3 up to etc. And then the value of the determinant, it remains unchanged if its rows and columns are interchanged. So if we interchange the rows and columns, the value of the determinant remains the same. If any two rows or columns of a determinant are interchanged, then the sign of the determinant changes. So when we interchange any two rows or any two columns, then the sign of the determinant will change. If two rows Ri and Rj or two columns Ci and Cj of a determinant are identical, then the value of the determinant is 0. So if two rows are identical or if two columns are identical, then the value is 0. Next we have, if corresponding elements of any two rows Ri and Rj or any two columns Ci and Cj of a determinant are in the same ratio, then the determinant value is 0. Say for example, if we consider this determinant minus 3, 4, minus 6, 11, 2, 22, 2, 1, 4, here we can see that the first column and the third column are proportional. That is, C1 by C3 is half, minus 3 by minus 6 is half, 11 by 22 is half and 2 by 4 is half. So the value of this determinant is 0. The next property, if all the elements in any row Ri or a column Cj of the determinant are 0, then the value of the determinant is 0. So if any row or any one column is 0, then the value of the determinant itself is 0. Here we can see that C2 is 0, so the value of this determinant is 0. Here we can see that R1 is 0, so the value of this determinant is also 0. If some or all elements of a row or column of a determinant are expressed as sum of two or more terms, then the determinant can be expressed as sum of two or more determinants. So if sum or all the elements in a row or a column, if it can be expressed as sum of two or more terms, then the determinant can also be expressed as sum of two or more determinants. Moving on, if each element of a row or a column of a determinant is multiplied by a non-zero constant k, then the determinant value gets multiplied by k. So if you multiply each element of a row or a column by a non-zero constant k, then the value of the determinant is itself multiplied by k. The next property, if a row Ri or a column Cj is added to equimultiples of corresponding elements of another row Rj or a column Cj, then the value of the determinant remains the same. That is, if we apply the operation Ri changing to Ri plus k into Rj, or if we apply the operation for column Ci changing to Ci plus k into Cj, where k is some non-zero scalar, then the value of the determinant remains the same. This property is very useful when we want to evaluate determinants. Now moving on to exercise C of Unit 2 Algebra from the student support material. First one, determinant of 4 minus 2, 6 minus 3. So here we have to find the determinant as multiplying these two minus multiplying these two. So this is equal to minus 12 plus 12. So it is 0. So the correct option is option D. The second one, determinant of 7, 1, 4 minus 7. So this is equal to minus 49 minus 4. So it is minus 53. So the correct option is option B. The next question, determinant of 3, 1 minus 1, 8. So this is equal to 24 plus 1, which is 25. The correct option is option C. Next question, determinant of 3 minus 1, 2, 5, 7 minus 8, minus 2 minus 6, 6. So here let us use some properties of determinant. So using R2 changing to R2 plus R3, we have the given determinant delta is equal to, the first row is the same, then the second row we have to add R2 and R3. So 5 minus 2 is 3, 7 minus 6 is 1, and minus 8 plus 6 is minus 2. And then next we have minus 2 minus 6, 6. Here we can see that these two rows are proportional. So the value of this determinant is 0. So this is equal to 0. So the correct option is option B, 0. Next question, determinant of 1, 2, 1, 1, 0, 3, 2 minus 3, 0. So if we expand along C3, it will be easy. So expanding along C3, we have 1 into minus 3 minus 0, then minus 3 into minus 3 minus 4, then plus 0. So this is the given determinant. So this is equal to minus 3 plus 21, which is 18. So the correct option is option C. Next question, find the area of the triangle with vertices minus 2 minus 3, minus 1 minus 8 and 3, 2. So the area of the triangle is calculated as x1, x2, x3, then y1, y2, y3, then 1, 1, 1, half of. So area is equal to half of x1 is minus 2, x2 is minus 1, x3 is 3, y1 is minus 3, y2 is minus 8, y3 is 2 and 1, 1, 1. So this is equal to half of, let us expand along C3, half of 1 into minus 2 plus 24 minus 1 into minus 4 plus 9 plus 1 into 16 minus 3. So this is equal to half of 22 minus 5 plus 13 or it is equal to half of 30, which is 15. So the correct option is option C, 15 square units. Next question, for what value of k the points k7, minus 4, 5 and 1, minus 5 are collinear? So if these 3 points are collinear, then the area of the triangle which we calculate using the determinant, that will be equal to 0. So if these 3 points are collinear, then we have determinant of k minus 4, 1, 7, 5, minus 5, 1, 1, 1. The determinant of this is equal to 0. So we have, again we can expand along C3. We have 1 into 20 minus 5 minus 1 into minus 5k minus 7 plus 1 into 5k plus 28. This is equal to 0. From this we can find k very easily. So this is 15 plus 5k plus 7 plus 5k plus 28 is equal to 0, or we have 10k is equal to minus 50, or k is equal to minus 5. So the correct option is option C. Next question, represent the given matrices as the sum of a symmetric and skew symmetric matrices. Now we know that if A is a square matrix, then any square matrix can be represented as a sum of symmetric and skew symmetric matrix. We know that if A is a square matrix, then A plus A transpose is a symmetric matrix and A minus A transpose is a skew symmetric matrix. So we can write A as half of A plus A transpose plus half of A minus A transpose. This is symmetric and this is skew symmetric. So if we take this matrix as equal to A, let us find A transpose. A transpose will be 3, 3, 1, minus 1, 8. So we can write A is equal to half of A plus A transpose. So A plus A transpose means we have to add these two matrices. So A plus A transpose means it will be 6, 0, 0, 16. So this is a symmetric matrix plus half of A minus A transpose. A minus A transpose, we have to subtract these two matrices. So we get 0, 2, minus 2 and 0. Or this is equal to 3, 0, 0, 8 plus 0, 1, minus 1, 0. So this is how we can express the given matrix. This matrix can be expressed as sum of symmetric and a skew symmetric matrix. Next question, evaluate using properties of determinant. The first subdivision. So this is the given determinant. We have to find the value of this determinant and choose the correct option. So here we have to use the properties of determinant. So here if we do C1 changing to C1 plus C2 plus C3, we get the given determinant is equal to B minus C plus C minus A plus A minus B, then C minus A plus A minus B plus B minus C, then A minus B plus B minus C plus C minus A. The other columns remain the same. Then we have the third column A minus B, B minus C, C minus A. So here we can see that all these terms cancel out and we get 0. So C minus B plus B minus A plus A, then A minus B plus B minus C plus C. So this is equal to 0, 0, 0, then C minus A A minus B, B minus C, then here A minus B, B minus C, C minus A. In the properties of determinant, we have studied that if any one row or a column are 0, if all the elements are 0, then the value of the determinant is equal to 0. So the correct option is option C. Next question, determinant of x plus y, y plus z, x plus z, then z, x, y, then 1, 1, 1. So here let us use the property R1 changing to R1 plus R2. So the given determinant becomes x plus y plus z, x plus y plus z, x plus y plus z will be the first row. Then z, x, y, 1, 1, 1. Here we can see that R1 and R3 are proportional. So this is equal to 0. Since R1 by R3 is equal to x plus y plus z. So the correct option is option D. The next question, determinant of 265, 240, 219, 240, 225, 198, then 219, 198, 181. So we have to find the value of this determinant. So first let us do R1 changing to R1 minus R2 and R2 changing to R2 minus R3. So R1 changing to R1 minus R2 means we have in the first row 25, then 15, then 21. Then R2 changing to R2 minus R3 means we will have 21, 27, 17, and the third row will remain the same. Now next let us do R1 changing to R1 minus R2 and R3 changing to R3 minus 10 R2. So now the determinant becomes first row R1 changing to R1 minus R2, 25 minus 21, 4, then 15 minus 27 minus 12, 21 minus 17 is 2. R2 remains the same. R3 changing to R3 minus 10 R2. So here we have 9 minus 72 and 11. Then next we have C2 changing to C2 plus 3C1 and C3 changing to C3 minus C1. If we perform these operations, we get C1 remains the same, so 4, 21 and 9. C2 changing to C2 plus 3C1. So here we have minus 12 plus 12, 0, then 90, then minus 45. And C3 changing to C3 minus C1. I'm sorry, this is 4. So here we have 0, minus 4 and 2. Now we can expand along R1. So this is equal to 4 into 180 minus 180. So this is 0. So the correct option is option C. So here we have to use the properties of determinant to find the value of the given determinant. Next question, determinant of A, B, C, A plus 2x, B plus 2y, C plus 2z, x, y, z. So this is relatively easy. Here we can do R1 changing to R1 plus 2 R3. If we do this operation, we get delta is equal to A plus 2x, B plus 2y and C plus 2z. The other rows remain the same. So here we can see that R1 and R2 first and second rows are equal. So the value of this determinant is equal to 0. So the correct option is option C. Now we have the next question, determinant of minus a square AB AC AB minus b square BC AC BC and minus c square. So let us take the given determinant as delta. Here we can see that A is common in this column, B is common in this column and C is common in this column. So we can take A, B, C common outside. So the first column becomes minus A, B, C. Then the second column becomes A minus B, C. And the third column becomes A, B minus C. Again we have A common in first row, B common in second row and C common in third row. So we can take A from first row, B from second row and C from third row. So this becomes A square, B square, C square into minus 1, 1, 1, 1 minus 1, 1, 1, 1 minus 1. Now we can find the value of the determinant very easily. So let us expand along R1 itself. Expanding along R1. So it is equal to A square, B square, C square into minus 1 into 1 minus 1, then minus 1 into minus 1 minus 1 plus 1 into 1 plus 1. So this is equal to, this is 0. So here plus 2, 4. So this is 4a square, b square, c square. So the correct option is option D. The value of this determinant is 4a square, b square, c square. The next question, determinant of 1, 1, 1, 1, 1 plus x 1, 1, 1, 1 plus y. So let us use the properties of determinant and let us perform the operation R2 changing to R2 minus R1 and R3 changing to R3 minus R1. So we have the given determinant, first row remains the same, the second row we have 0 x 0, third row we have 0 0 y. Now expanding along C1, we can expand along the first column. Since there is only one element here, the other elements are 0. So this is equal to 1 into xy minus 0, or this is equal to xy. So the value of the given determinant is xy. So the correct option is option B. The next question, 1a square, 1b b square, 1c c square. So let us take this as equal to delta. So performing the operations, R2 changing to R2 minus R1 and R3 changing to R3 minus R1. So we get delta is equal to, first row remains the same, R2 changing to R2 minus R1, we have 0, then B minus A, then B square minus A square, and R3 changing to R3 minus R1, 0, C minus A, C square minus A square. So here we can see that B minus A is common in second row and C minus A is common in third row. So that can be taken outside. So delta is equal to B minus A into C minus A into 1A square, 0, 1, B plus A, 0, 1, C plus A. Now we can expand along C1. So this is equal to expanding along C1. It is 1 into, already there is B minus A into C minus A outside. So it is 1 into C plus A minus B minus A. So these two will go. So this is equal to A minus B into B minus C into C minus A. So the value of this determinant is A minus B into B minus C into C minus A. The next question, alpha beta gamma, alpha square beta square gamma square, then beta plus gamma, gamma plus alpha, alpha plus beta. So let us take this as equal to delta. So let us use the properties of determinant. So R1 changing to R1 plus R3. So we have delta is equal to alpha plus beta plus gamma, then again alpha plus beta plus gamma, and alpha plus beta plus gamma. Second row we have the same alpha square, beta square, gamma square, and the third row also remains the same. Now we can see that in the first row alpha plus beta plus gamma is common, it can be taken outside. So alpha plus beta plus gamma into first row will be 1 1 1, then alpha square, beta square, gamma square, then we have beta plus gamma, gamma plus alpha, and alpha plus beta. Now let us perform some more operations. C2 changing to C2 minus C1 and C3 changing to C3 minus C1. So we have alpha plus beta plus gamma. C1 will remain the same. C2 changing to C2 minus C1. So we have 0. Then beta square minus alpha square. And here we have gamma plus alpha minus beta minus gamma. So it will be alpha minus beta. Similarly, C3 becomes 0, gamma square minus alpha square, and alpha minus gamma. So here from the second row beta minus alpha is common. From the second column beta minus alpha is common, and from the third column gamma minus alpha is common. These two can be taken outside. So this is equal to alpha plus beta plus gamma into beta minus alpha into gamma minus alpha, and here we have the first column remains the same. Second column, here we will have beta plus alpha, and here minus 1. Third column we have gamma plus alpha and minus 1. Now we can expand along R1 because there is only one element here, the other elements are 0. So it will be easy for us to find the value. So this is equal to alpha plus beta plus gamma into beta minus alpha into gamma minus alpha into 1 into minus beta minus alpha plus gamma plus alpha. So minus alpha plus alpha will go. So this is equal to alpha plus beta plus gamma into, here we can change the sign. So it will be, if we have alpha minus beta here we will have beta minus gamma. So minus into minus becomes plus, into alpha minus beta into beta minus gamma into gamma minus alpha. So this is the value of this given determinant. Next question, determinant of 1, 1 plus p, 1 plus p plus q, then 2, 3 plus 2p, 1 plus 3p plus 2q, then 3, 6 plus 3p and 1 plus 6p plus 3q. So let us find this. Let us take this as equal to delta. So let us take this as equal to delta. So let us perform R2 changing to R2 minus 2R1 and R3 changing to R3 minus 3R1. So we have the given determinant as the first row remains as it is. The second row we have 2 minus 2 0, and here we have 3 minus 2 1, and here we have minus 1 plus b. Then the third row we have 3 minus 3 0, and here we have 6 minus 3 3, and here we have minus 2 plus 3b. Here, since these two are 0, we can expand along C1. So this is equal to 1 into expanding along C1. So it is 1 into minus 2 plus 3p minus 3 into minus 1 plus p, or this is equal to 1 into minus 2 plus 3p plus 3 minus 3p. So it is equal to 1. So the correct option is option B, 1. Now moving on, the next question, find adjoint of A if A is equal to 2, 1, minus 3, 5. So when we have a 2 by 2 matrix, the adjoint can be easily calculated. We just have to interchange the diagonal elements and change the sign of the other elements. So adjoint of A is equal to, interchange the diagonal elements, change the sign of the other elements. So it is 5 minus 1, 3, 2. The next question, A is equal to, again it is a 2 by 2 matrix, minus 52, 11, 0, 51. So adjoint of A is equal to, change the diagonal elements, interchange diagonal elements and change the sign of the other elements. So it is 51 minus 11, 0 minus 52. Next we have a 3 by 3 matrix. A is equal to 1 minus 1 0, 2 3 4, 0 1 2. So here we have to find the cofactors of each of these elements and then find the transpose. So here the cofactor of this first element is 6 minus 4. Then the cofactor of this element is minus 1 into 4. Then cofactor of this element is 2 minus 0. Then we have cofactor of this element, that is A21. So it is minus 1 into, or it is minus of minus 2. Then cofactor of 3, it is 2. Cofactor of 4, it is minus 1. Then cofactor of this element 0, it is minus 4. Then cofactor of this element 1, it is minus of 4, and cofactor of 2, it is 3 plus 2. This whole transpose. So it is 2 minus 2, 2, 2, 2, 2 minus 4, 2, 2, 2 minus 1, then minus 4, 5, the whole transpose. This is adjoint of A. So adjoint of A is equal to 2 minus 4, 2, 2, 2 minus 1, minus 4, 5. So this is the adjoint of this given matrix. I hope this video was useful for you. Thank you for watching.